Hi, hello, welcome to my channel. Today in this session we will see the phylum Annelida. Phylum Annelida belongs to the animal kingdom. First of all, let us try to understand what is Annelida. Annelida means, generally annuli means rings. Annuli means what? Rings. Rings like structure. So that is why these animals are called annelids or ringed or segmented worms. Okay, right. Let us try to understand the general characters first. Grades of organization, organ systems are there in these animals body, like digestive system, excretory system, circulatory system, like organ systems are developed. Symmetry, bilateral symmetry is there, and triploblastic animals. Coelomates, these animals are called coelomates. Coelomates means between the body wall and digestive cavity, digestive gut, there is a cavity, so which is formed by the mesodermal layer. So that is why it is called what? True coelom, true body cavity. That is why these animals are called coelomates. Coelomates, true body cavity having animals. Right. Next, habitat and habitat. Where do they live? They live in the terrestrial environment, means on the land, and fresh water, and as well as in the marine water also. These are the free living. Some are free living and some are parasitic animals like earthworm, and parasitic like leech. Digestive system is the complete digestive system is there, which has mouth and as well as anus. If digestive system has the mouth and anus, two openings, mouth and anus, then it is called what? Complete digestive system. So complete digestive system we can observe in the Annelida. Right. Next, respiratory system. Cutaneous respiration is there in some animals, and some have branchial respiration. Means branchial respiration means they have gills for respiration. So that is why cutaneous and branchial respiration we can observe. Here in the earthworm you can observe the diffusion through the skin surface. By the diffusion process, gaseous exchange takes place. Oxygen enters and carbon dioxide exits. Right. In some animals we can observe the gills. So that is why cutaneous respiration and as well as the branchial respiration we can observe in the Annelida. Right. Circulatory system, closed type of circulatory system is there. So here you can we can observe the dorsal and ventral, dorsal and as well as ventral. Look at this. This blue color line is a tube, is a ventral vessel, and this pinkish color line is a tube is what? Dorsal vessel. So dorsal and ventral vessels are there. Blood vessels, these are the blood vessels. These both blood vessels are connected by some lateral vessels. Okay, so that is why blood travels in these vessels only. In the dorsal vessel and ventral vessel and in the lateral vessel, blood travels. In the closed vessels, blood is traveling. So that is why it is called what? Closed type of circulatory system. Right. Come to the reproduction. Sexual reproduction is there, and earthworms and leeches are monoecious. Earthworm and leeches are what? Monoecious. Nereis is the dioecious. Monoecious means which animals they have male and female reproductive organs in the body. Okay, same individual if has male and female reproductive organs in the body, then they are called what? Monoecious. Are also called what? Hermaphrodites. Right. Hermaphrodites are also called hermaphrodites. Already we have learned in the previous sessions. Right. Nereis is dioecious, means male and female animals are separate in the nereis. Right. Development is indirect. This is a very very important point you have to remember. Generally annelids are the hermaphrodites are the monoecious. Annelids are hermaphrodites are monoecious, but nereis is the what? Nereis is the dioecious. Okay, and indirect development we can observe. Here look at this testis sac with the testis and ovary. So both male and female reproductive organs are present in the same individual. Right. Okay. Now let us see the unique features. Segmentation, like rings are there. That is why they got the name Annelida. Rings like structures are there. Segments are there. Body is internally divided. Metameric segmentation we can observe in these animals. And longitudinal and circular muscles are there in the body, which they help in the locomotion. Longitudinal and circular muscles in locomotion. Look at this. Circular muscles are there and as well as longitudinal muscles are there. They help in the locomotion. For the movement from one place to another place, they can move with the help of these muscles. And some other locomotory organs are also there in some animals. setae are there in the earthworm, and parapodia are also there in the nereis. These are the locomotory organs, right? Excretion by nephridia. Nephridia means specialized structures are there for the excretion, which are called nephridia. Here these nephridia, based on their arrangement or based on their location in the body, these nephridia are again divided into three types. What are they? Pharyngeal nephridia, and integumentary nephridia, and septal nephridia. Three types of nephridia are there in the earthworm. So here look at this diagram, earthworm nephridium. Such type of structures, they help in the excretion process, right? Paired ganglia connected by lateral nerves to a double ventral nerve cord. Look at this, double ventral nerve cord is there, and they are connected by ganglia, paired ganglia. So each nerve cord has ganglia, both ganglias are connected, right? So that is why lateral nerves to a double ventral, paired ganglia connected by what? Lateral nerves to a double ventral nerve cord. So here nervous system is developed in these animals, we have to remember. Okay, double ventral nerve cord developed in these animals. What are the examples? Earthworm is called peritima, leech is called Iridinaria, nereis is called sandworm. These are the examples. You have to remember the common names and as well as scientific names, right? So peritima is called earthworm, Iridinaria is called leech, sandworm is called nereis. Okay, right. Now let us try to see some practice questions. Okay, MCQs. Which one of the following is not a characteristic feature of phylum Annelida? We know that closed circulatory system is there. Just now we have learned about all these, right? Segmentation is also there. Ventral nerve cord is also there. But what is not there? Pseudocoelom is not there, right? So that is why what is the answer? C is the answer. Annelids do not represent. Next question. Annelids do not represent. Circumpharyngeal nerve ring is there. Longitudinal muscles here. This is the end. Okay, longitudinal muscles in the gut is there, right? Metameric segmentation is also there. Then what is absent? Mesodermal pouches are not there. Okay, true body cavity is there, so mesodermal pouches are not there. So that is why what is the answer? D is the answer. Okay, right. Come to the next question. From the given statement, which of the following statement is or are incorrect? What we have to identify? Incorrect statement. Pseudo-metameric segmentation, no, this is the wrong statement. Coelomic fluid acts as a hydrostatic skeleton, yes, of course. In their body, in their body cavity, we can observe the fluid-like substance which act as a hydrostatic skeleton, right? So that is why this statement is correct. They possess longitudinal and circular muscles which help in locomotion process. Yes, of course, already we have learned about this. Neural system consists of paired ganglia connected by lateral nerves to a single ventral nerve cord. This is wrong. Okay, not single ventral nerve cord, that is a double ventral nerve cord. So that is why this statement is also wrong. Then what are the statements right? B and C statements. B and C statements are correct statements. So that is why what is the answer? Second one is the answer. So 2 is the answer. B and C only is the correct. Right. Next, which of the following developed for the first time in annelids? Cephalization, no. Development of a true coelom, yes. Metameric segmentation, yes. Both 2 and 3 is the correct option for this. So why? Because true coelom developed first time, true coelom developed in the annelida only. So before the annelida, so in the roundworms only pseudocoelom is there, right? But here we can observe the true coelom. And metameric segmentation also we can observe in the annelida only first time. So that is why what is the correct option? D is the correct option. Okay, you have to remember all these general characteristics and unique characteristics, then you can answer for these questions easily. True segmentation of the body is seen in tinea. Is not, tinea generally not belongs to what? So annelida, it belongs to what? Platyhelminthes, right? Platyhelminthes. Nereis belongs to the annelida. Nereis belongs to annelida. Ascaris belongs to the nematoda. Eukarya also belongs to what? Nematoda only. So that is why what is the answer? The answer is B. Okay, Nereis belongs to the annelida. So in the annelids only we can observe the true segmentation in the body. So that is why this is the B is the correct option for this. Okay, I hope you are getting. Thank you everyone. Please like, share and subscribe.